the NFC Championship game from Philadelphia as the Eagles play host to the Commanders for the right to go to Super Bowl 59. And we say welcome. Place is rocking as you'd expect. Tom Brady's here, and I'm Kevin Burkhardt. Tom, we've been playing football for 4.5 months. 4 teams remain. You played in a lot of these games, and you know how special this is for these guys.
I did. I was so fortunate to be involved in this game for a lot of years. The reason is it's all about the team, and it's cool to see how these teams have evolved from the beginning of the season to now. They're going out to try to win a championship now, and it's more than that. We all think about getting to the Super Bowl. It's such a cool experience, but to me it was all the little things that you got a chance to do in the coming weeks if you win this game. I remember all the kids in my high school wearing my jersey, being so excited to be a part of this journey with me. So this is a huge game for these guys. It's also so important for all their former coaches, all the people that they know. It's life-changing for everybody.
It is life-changing for Jayden Daniels, trying to become the first rookie to start a Super Bowl for Washington. For Saquon Barkley's never played there. He's carried the Eagles to this point on his back. So with that being said, what are you looking for on the field today?
Well, to me, it's a lot of ground and pound out there. I don't think it's going to be the most possessions. Both these teams have aggressive fourth down mentalities. They have a lot of long drives. So battle of the trenches today. Which line is going to control the line of scrimmage? If you control the line of scrimmage, you control the game. If you control the game, you control your Super Bowl destiny.
And what you can't control is health. The health of quarterback Jalen Hurts with the Eagles. Aaron Andrews, more on that.
Yeah, it's been a big focus, Kevin. Jalen Hurts obviously being bent backwards awkwardly on his sack last week in the divisional game. He is wearing a brace on that left knee today, but his head coach Nick Sirianni said all week he looked great in practice. He progressed well, and they are excited about him going. Now, some news on their offensive line. Center Cam Jurgens, he is active today, but he's not starting. He popped up on the injury report with back tightness this week. So left guard, Landon Dickerson, he will move over to center. Of course, he played center in college. He got a few reps there this week on Friday, and he played a couple of snaps at center this week. So biggest key, as you can imagine, for that line, communication. Coming up after the break, we will honor America with the singing of our national anthem.
As we honor America, we ask that you please rise if you're able. Remove your hats, and members of the Armed Forces and Veterans salute. Performing our national anthem is the star of Wicked on Broadway, Mary-Kate Morrissey.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome to the NFC Championship, presented by Intuit TurboTax here in Philadelphia. The Commanders, for them, it's been a while. Tom Rinaldi is on that sideline.
KB, just 5 current Commanders were even alive the last time Washington made it to the NFC title game. But as for the notion that this team has overachieved or gotten here ahead of time, Dan Quinn isn't buying it. He started out this week telling his team, we're not playing with house money. You need to go out there and compete like you're playing for your rent money, and it's due. Quarterback Jaden Daniels, who's played with a poise beyond any rookie, said the last message of significance he got outside the building came from his father, who told him, don't make the game bigger than what it is. Just trust yourself. That was echoed by tight end Zach Ertz, who won a Super Bowl with the Eagles, who said, every week is championship week for this group. That's what today will be. KB, let's go.
Yeah, it feels like the first time. It is, at least in the championship round, but these teams, long rivals. Only the second time they've met in the playoffs at the break. And here is delivering the stats, brought to you by Little Caesars in this first half, where, you know, a lot of similarities here. The difference in this game is the turnovers. 2 of them for Washington, and Philadelphia has converted both to touchdowns. Saquon Barkley, 2 touchdowns for the Eagles. That's where we stand. Halftime in Philadelphia. The turnovers are the story. And at the break, it's the Eagles up by 13. The Verizon halftime with Kurt and the guys comes your way after this. NFC Championship underway.
Nobody gets Saquon on the ground again.
Barkley, touchdown, number 2. Terry McLaurin is in, touchdown. Been a lot of this, tempers flaring. Yeah, it's been a fun first half. Today's game flow brought to you by Progressive. Look at that shot. Sun is setting, 27-15 Eagles. We get set to start this third quarter, where the Eagles will start with the ball. And welcome back to the NFC Championship, presented by Intuit TurboTax. And welcome officially to the booth. He's Tom Brady, and I'm Kevin Burkhardt. And so Philadelphia right now up. Turnovers have helped, but you like what they're doing on offense.
I think if you're Philly, you've done everything you wanted to do coming into this game. They haven't turned the ball over. They've run the ball. Saquon's averaging about 9.5 a carry. Jalen Hurts is throwing the ball really well on time, and he's going for about 150, 108 quarterback rating. They just can't turn it over and give any momentum to Washington. The one thing Washington's defense has done a good job of, when they pressured Hurts, they forced him out of the pocket. So I'd expect a little more pressure from Joe Witt, Dan Quinn, this defense. Try to get a stop here coming out of the third quarter, and then they got to play complementary football on offense to move the ball on offense and get it back to a 1-score game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. How about this? No punts in the first half. First time that's happened in a conference championship since 2003. So we had one almost punt, but Tress Way had a fake punt, completed a pass, and led to Washington points. So Cam Jurgens, remember, didn't start at center, back injuries, took some reps, thought he couldn't go, but they kept him active. We've told you all game long that Landon Dickerson could barely walk. We've showed you those shots. We'll see who comes out here on center on this opening possession. Here's Shipley, right up the middle. Shipley gets smacked across the 30. Wow, and so the Eagles will take over there as we go downstairs to Tom.
Talking to Dan Quinn coming back out at half, KB, he stated the obvious. The ball, the ball, the ball. We're losing this game because we're losing the turnover margin and making those mistakes. Pleased with what he saw as an improved attack against Saquon Barkley as the half went on. Also happy with how they closed out that first half. The goal, get a stop here, get it to a 1-score game. His message to his guys, KB, no one has been in more close games than we have. We know how to handle it. There's zero panic on our side. What he told me.
Yeah, they've been like that all year long, but a couple things here right now as an injury on that play. I think it's Gainwell who took this shot. Oh, man.
Ouch.
On that return, and he's still being looked at now.
Ouch.
Ran into Colson Yankoff, the third or fourth string tight end rookie. And now this developing story. Cam Jurgens, you know, he did not start. They kept him active, back injury, tried to go and lost, didn't look great. Now he's out there. Landon Dickerson, who gutted through, we showed you he was limping in the first half, could barely move, but was still gutting through it. Now he's out. Tyler Steen stays in at left guard. More on that. Let's go downstairs to Aaron.
And talking to Nick Sirianni coming out of the half, he, of course, wouldn't tell me what was going on with Landon Dickerson. I said, he's a tough guy. What's his status? He said he is a tough guy. We have a lot of those. You'll find out. Of course, like you said, Cam Jurgens in. Landon Dickerson now is questionable, Kevin and Tom, with a knee injury. And as Nick Sirianni echoed really what Tom Brady said, we got to be smart here. We got to score on every possession. We cannot let Washington get back in this.
And now, well, the last 3 NFC Championship games at home, you see what the Eagles have done. Win against Atlanta, a rout against the Vikings, and then the rout when Purdy got hurt early and they took care of the 49ers. Nick Foles in the building, Super Bowl MVP, and led to that Super Bowl win. Who did he play that game? Do you know he played that game? I love you.
Nick, I don't hate you. I'm just jealous of you.
5 points today. It's the most in a championship game ever. Defense contributing, obviously, so great, forcing the 3 turnovers. Jeffrey Lurie, the owner, talking to Zach Baun. What a...
They need him to throw it. He's done a great job.
There it is. Fly, Eagles, fly to Super Bowl 59. And so the Eagles advance their 5th Super Bowl appearance, looking for their 2nd win. Let's go downstairs to Aaron Andrews with Saquon.
Saquon, you told me on Friday this whole season doesn't seem real. As he's having a minute with Jaden Daniels there and Terry McLaurin. You told me this season hasn't felt real. How does this feel, Saquon?
I ain't gonna lie, I tried to downplay it in my head, but it's amazing, man. It's amazing. We're here, Super Bowl, but the goal wasn't just getting there. The goal is to win, and we're gonna celebrate, enjoy this, and get right back to work.
Hey, let me talk about the game real quick with you guys. Total team effort, defense, offense, what you guys were able to do after those turnovers were forced. What are your thoughts on that? It was all in.
We knew that's what it's going to take a team effort. I'm going to give a shout out to Will Shipley. He came in, finished it strong, but we talk about in the running back room about making plays. Our guy Kenny went down. Will stepped up big for us, but the team came out, man. Everyone came out, made big plays, and got the job done, and that's how you get to the Super Bowl.
And you are going to a Super Bowl. You told me on Friday. I've dreamt about it. I've thought about the confetti. You're going to see your family here in a minute. How does this compare to what you dreamt about?
I always dreamed about it, but the dream wasn't just getting there. The dream was winning it. So that's what the mindset's at.
We'll see you in New Orleans.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Kev, back to you.
Aaron, great job. Saquon Barkley says, yeah, we got one more to do to get a win, to win the whole thing. But they can enjoy this, and the George Halas Trophy presentation comes your way. State Farm postgame is next. The Eagles advance to the Super Bowl. Postgame trophy. Look at that guy. Wow.
Welcome to the State Farm postgame show.
For the 2nd time in 3 years, the Philadelphia Eagles are going to the Super Bowl. Let's get it over to Terry Bradshaw in front of the home folks for the presentation of the George S. Halas NFC Championship Trophy.
All right, Kurt, thank you very much. Well, there's nothing more beautiful than an eagle, right, fans? Congratulations. Now to present the George S. Halas Award, emblematic of the NFC champions, a great eagle. Nick Foles presented to Jeffrey Lurie, the owner.
We have the best owner in sports right here, Mr. Lurie. On behalf of the National Football League, it is my honor to present the George Halas Trophy to the National Football Conference champions, our Philadelphia Eagles.
All right.
Owner Lurie, you've owned this team for 30 years, ever since 1994, I believe it was.
Yeah.
How unexpected is this for this team that you own to go to the Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans?
Well, it's kind of expected, I think.
Oh, okay, good.
You know
Expected.
what? Yeah. I mean, the most unselfish, humble group of players, coaches led by Nick, Howie and his staff. I mean, the best fans in the world. It's a pretty strong cocktail. I like that cocktail.
Congratulations. See you in New Orleans.
Great to be back, and we're there to win it.
Nick Sirianni, head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. Come here. You know, we talked about this game coming in. Neither one of your teams, this team, your team, or Washington, they did not turn the ball over today. You created all 4 turnovers, and also you scored touchdowns after every one of them. What does that say about your football team?
Yeah, first and foremost, everything good in our life comes from God, so thank God for that. How about our quarterback?
How about your
How about our quarterback?
How about your quarterback?
He's a stud.
He is a stud.
I knew he was going to play that way. I knew it. Don't doubt him. All he does is win.
Fabulous, Nick Sirianni. And then, of course, Jalen, take that trophy. Come over here. Golly, I didn't know. I thought you had a bad leg, bud, but you seem to be feeling pretty good out there today. 3 rushing touchdowns, 1 passing. Nothing unexpected from you. You expected that kind of performance today, didn't you?
Well, we just took it a play at a time. You know, I can't do any of those things without the guys around me, the preparation we put in. Run it's been, and we got to finish it.
Well, the last time I saw you, we were in the Super Bowl. I'll see you down in New Orleans. Thank you very much.
Good to see you again. Thank you.
All right, Eagle fans, I'll see you in New Orleans. Let's send it back over to Kurt Menefee.
All right, congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles. 3rd time in the last 8 years they've hosted the NFC Championship game. They've won them all in blowout style in front of the home crowd. We'll be back with more from The Link after this. Well, our Fox crew already hard at work in New Orleans doing one of our 3 sets in the Crescent City that we will be on for Super Bowl 59, which comes your way. There you can see just 13 days and hours from right now. Make it easy, 2 weeks from now. We'll see you for Super Bowl 59. The Philadelphia Eagles are there. They will represent the NFC. Of course, they will face whoever wins the AFC matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills, which is just about to start over on CBS. Doc will come up next for those of you watching on Fox. We will see you again. Saquon Barkley in his first year with the Eagles, leading them back to the Super Bowl. We will see you from New Orleans in 2 weeks, everybody.